Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry that a lot of you got a little stuck because of the traffic. I kept hearing everybody saying, bring back odd even. Is that what you want, the odd even back? Yeah. Well, thank you all very much for being here. Today, NDTV takes great pride in honoring a selection of wonderful people that improve and transform each one of our lives every day. It's moments like this that makes us once again recall and reaffirm the greatness of our country. Welcome to NDTV's Greatest Indians of the Year. Thank you very much for being here. Now for some basic ground rules, I should make it clear. Not eligible for any awards today are journalists or the media. Banned. Why? That's because by and large, we're all in a very precarious state. We are doing ourselves more damage than anybody else does to us. Too dangerous calling journalists and giving them awards. What are we doing? We're turning tabloid. We're focusing on the wrong things. We are defaming anything, anyone. Nobody punishes us. We're missing the wood from the trees. And in the process, we are damaging ourselves. In fact, it reminds me of a story of these three journalists who were all sentenced to death by the guillotine in France. One's an American, one's an Englishman, and one's an Indian tabloid journalist. So they first asked the American, what's your last wish? And he said, well, I'd like to smoke a cigar, and I'd like to see the Star-Spangled Banner. So they do that, and he puts his head down, and the guillotine comes and stops 2 inches from his neck. Now in France, if the guillotine doesn't work, you're free. So he says, I'm free, man, I'm free, yeah, and goes off. Then the Britisher comes on and says, what would you like? He said, well, I'd like to give, say, God Save the Queen and have some custard pie. So they give him that, puts his head down. 1 inch from his neck, the thing stops. And he says, I'm free, I'm free. And there's only this Indian tabloid journalist left. So they ask him, what's your last wish? He says, last wish, chhad pehle machine to theek kar. So, this is the way we are ruining ourselves. Pehle machine to theek kar ji. By the way, I did ask Musharraf once that. I said, pehle machine to theek kar before you do all this inter-nation war. But I must say, I'm still hugely proud of our vibrant, honestly fearless and creative media. I tell you, we will one day lead the world in soft power, mark my words. And it's our youngsters who will do it. Because we are creative. The only thing our generation has given these youngsters is democracy and the questioning in their DNA. And they're doing that. And we're just terribly proud of them. They're much better than us. Also, in the ground rules, after our really unprecedented response we got for our 25 greatest Indians that we had in our 25th year, the legends, we've extended the principle of keeping this totally non-political. In our selection process, as a part of the fundamental rules, we've not included any politician from any party. That's not to say that there aren't some great political leaders. It's just that they're not part of the selection process for the awards today. In fact, we had a Nobel Solutions Award discussion summit, and Ramakrishna Venkatraman told us about an Indian politician who went to America and met an American politician who stayed in this beautiful mansion. So he said, how did you afford this mansion? So the politician said, come, come. Took him to a balcony. This is the Nobel Prize winner telling us this. Took him to the balcony and said, see that flyover there? 10%. That's how this mansion was built. A few days later, the American politician came and visited the Indian politician. And he lived in this fantastic mansion. So the American said, man, this poor country, how did you manage even better than my place? He said, come, come. Come to the balcony. See that flyover there? He said, which one? No, I can't. That one, that flyover there. He said, no, I don't see that flyover. He said, yeah, 100%. That's a Nobel Prize winner telling us that. So, and the exclusion of politics today also has nothing to do with the strange times that our country is passing through, where fringe and extremist elements of our society are historically at their most vile and are frankly a disgrace to our nation. I am talking of the cowardly fringe that hides behind the anonymity of the internet to shame the very things that the world admires India for. So we in NDTV, by and large, choose not to answer the fringe. And tonight is no different, in one respect. We are here to thank you all, our viewers, and the genuine India. Thank you deeply for all your support and your trust. It really means the world to us in NDTV. And your answer to the fringe elements and to the extremists is all that matters to us. And I hope they're all listening, because here is your answer. We have just heard that NDTV has once again been awarded India's most trusted brand once again across all television channels. And this is for the third year running and is by an independent organization, deeply respected. So I thank you deeply. And I would like, from our side, to give each one of you a standing ovation. So I'm standing. I'm sure a lot of the other NDTVs are. And to the extremists and others who attack NDTV, this is the message. The more you attack us, the more the people of India trust us. Keep attacking. Bring it on. We'll get you. Thank you once again for your faith and your trust in us. I just must end with one thing which I'm not going to be forgiven for. I'm going to be in deep trouble. All of us at NDTV owe the trust, the highest ethics, our fierce editorial independence and freedom to one person, Radhika Roy, who stays so far below the radar that none of you even know. I'm in trouble, deep trouble. Okay, so we start tonight in an unusual way. We start with a big bang. We normally do this right at the end. We are announcing the Indian of the Year right up front, and there's a reason. Let me give you a hint. It's a group of young people. In my lexicon, they are revolutionaries. They are the future of our country. They are on a mission to change things, not just make money. They are India's future, and they are the 7 unicorns of India, the 7 startups that have cracked the $1 billion valuation. God bless them. God bless the new India.